Think back to last night. You got into bed, adjusted your pillow, but sleep just wouldn't come. Sound familiar? Let's fix that. Closed your eyes and stared into the dark. Your mind wandered. Maybe about an email you forgot to send. Or a random memory from middle school. And then... morning. Between those two moments, 7 or 8 hours of your life vanished through the thin air. Not just forgotten, but entirely unrecorded. There's no fade to black transition in your memory. No slow motion blur where things turn off. 1 second awake. And the next, completely out. By age 30, you've fallen asleep over 10,000 times. You spent a full third of your life doing it, yet you have never once witnessed. The exact moment you crossed the boundary from awake to asleep. Why does your brain wipe its own hard drive every single night during this transition? To answer that, we have to look inside your skull at the bizarre, multi-stage process your nervous system goes through. Long before you close your eyes, preparation starts. From the second you wake up, your brain burns energy to keep you thinking. As a byproduct of that energy, a chemical compound called adenosine slowly accumulates. Think of adenosine as a metabolic debt collector. The longer awake, the higher the tab gets. Adenosine binds to specific receptors, gradually dampening the firing rates of neurons. This is why caffeine works, by the way. The caffeine molecules enter those exact same receptors, acting as a lockpick that prevents adenosine from binding. That hides the receipt from your brain. As night falls, your circadian clock signals the pineal gland to release melatonin. Your core body temperature drops, and the chemical pressure reaches a tipping point. That's when a specialized cluster of neurons called the VLPO flips the master switch. The VLPO acts like a circuit breaker, blasting inhibitory moves to quiet aroused glands, shutting off the supply of histamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin throughout the brain. Your brainstem starts feeling quiet, but the real reason you forget what happens next comes down to one crucial gateway. During waking hours, the thalamus is the supreme air traffic controller of your mind. Every sight, sound, touch, and sensation must pass through it before reaching the cortex, where conscious thought happens. When you begin to drift off, the thalamus closes the gate. A shell of cells releases a wave of inhibition. Suddenly, room sounds and sheet textures stop being forwarded upstairs. The cortex is now completely isolated from the external world. And here is the critical key. Your memory encoding machinery relies entirely on active data. When the thalamus closes its gate, the brain's record button stops receiving information. Trying to remember falling asleep is like recording a video on a phone whose camera sensor was unplugged. It gets even stranger. In the limbo state between awake and asleep, hypnagogia, your brain does something completely unhinged during this transitional phase. Because the thalamus hasn't locked doors completely, the mind enters mini-hallucinations. Visual processing centers fire spontaneously without input from your actual eyes. You might see geometric shapes or flashes. Auditory centers can fabricate random sounds. And then, of course, there's the famous hypnic jerk, the sudden sensation of falling. You're floating off, and out of nowhere, you step off a curb. Your entire body spasms. Scientists call this a sleep start. A leading evolutionary theory links this to tree-dwelling ancestors. As muscles relax, your primitive brainstem misinterprets the drop in tension as falling. Here's the mind-bending part. You experience these shocks and images, but morning wipes it. The hippocampus has already shifted gears from recording events to sorting old ones. Part of what makes sleep onset hard to pinpoint is that sleep is a local phenomenon. Different regions go to sleep at different times. Your motor cortex might hold your head up, while your prefrontal cortex, responsible for logic and self-awareness, has logged off. Think of it like filming a documentary. The narrator leaves the set long before the crew packs up. By the time the transition finishes, the observer in your brain was dismantled minutes prior. From a biological perspective, this isn't a design flaw. It's a feature of system design. Your brain is ruthlessly efficient. It prioritizes waste clearance and memory sorting. The sensory fuzz of sleep transition holds no survival value, so your brain edits it out. Every single night, you step across an invisible threshold and trust your brain to manage it. You'll fall asleep thousands more times, and you will never remember a single one. And considering the hallucinations and false cliff drops along the way, that's probably for the best. Your brain traded documentation for restoration, giving you a fresh mind for the morning. Every piece of yesterday's chaos has been filed away cleanly, ready for a brand new day. So tonight, as you lay in bed waiting for that invisible gate to close, don't worry about missing it. Your brain knows exactly what it's doing. Thanks for watching, and hit subscribe for more.